Hi guys, how you doing? It's Thursday. Rob, assistant for the rough cuts, and I was in a bit of an accident, just motorbike accident recently, just a few minutes ago. Okay, hardly anyone died, so I'll probably get away with it in that. Anyway, today I'm reviewing Arnold Schwarzenegger's Hercules in New York. So it's a film. Anyway, so yeah, obviously I'm alright in that. But get well soon, Pancake. You obviously weren't wearing leathers and a helmet, you fucking psycho. So today, as I said, I'm going to review Arnold Schwarzenegger's first movie because Colwyn, on my last review, said he wanted to see something that's won Arnold because I've reviewed too many films that are actually good. So today I'm going to review an absolute fucking stinker, Arnold Schwarzenegger's first film. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking of. Arnie's talked in recent years, I think, about the fact that he only ever did weightlifting, or like bodybuilding, to get an acting career. I don't know if that's entirely true, because to be able to do what he did in his bodybuilding career, he had to have been serious about that, you know, rather than using it as a stepping stone. So I don't believe him entirely. But if that's true, it kind of explains why he would do this film, because it was clearly the first film he was ever offered, and he just snapped it up straight away. As soon as I rented it, I realised that I could have watched it for free on IMDb. I was a bit like, ugh, what a waste of money. But there's a difference. The one you can go on IMDb and watch it there, and that's the theatrical release. That's with Arnie's voice dubbed over. So his accent's pretty thick, but his accent then in the late 70s was even thicker, and they decided then they were just going to dub it over with an American accent. So looking back to it and being familiar with Arnie's accent as it is now, as you know, because he was obviously used his own voice through his whole rest of his career, it's kind of amusing to watch it dubbed over using this all-American accent. But it's definitely worth renting it from iTunes as well, or getting it whichever other way you can get it, because then you get the original version of it, you know, when it's undubbed, and you get his original voice. But it's worth renting it. But when you rent it on iTunes, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you haven't taken out, you haven't cleared out your bank account to give all your money to your girlfriend to take back to the UK with her to put into your British bank account, because the interest rates are good, right? Because if you do that, you might accidentally go overdrawn, which it definitely didn't happen to me. It did. And then you rent a film on iTunes, and rather than it costing you $2, it actually costs you more like 40. Anyway, what the hell is this film about? It's about Hercules, the Greek god, who's pissed off with living in Olympia. It's so boring up there, eating ambrosia, shagging Athena, that he wants to get sent down to Earth. So Zeus goes, well, screw you, douchebag. I refuse to send you to Earth, but my punishment's going to be to send you to Earth. It makes no sense. So he sends Arnie to Earth, and then it's just like this typical fish out of water. I don't know who it was directed by, but I would be surprised if the person it was directed by didn't commit suicide immediately afterwards, because it's the worst directed film of all time. I always wonder how they make these kind of shit films, because if you've got sufficient ability to round up like funding to pay actors, to pay jobbing actors, to get, you know, Mr. Universe or whatever Arnie was at the time, and to pay for like locations and costumes and all that, and still have no idea that the film's shit, like the script makes no sense. I don't know how that ever happens. None of the characters behave like real people. Arnie falls for the daughter of this professor guy, and even though he acts like an absolute prick, she finds him attractive, which in and of itself isn't ridiculous. I mean, that's just like, I mean, you could call out all the Bond movies for that. I mean, that's just something that happens in cinema. But there's a rival for her affection, and he wrestles this guy to the ground and like breaks his arm. And then the next time you see that guy, he's saying to the love interest, "Oh yeah, Hercules, he's such a great guy. Even though he broke my arm, I've got to say, I really, really like him." Why do you like him? He friggin' snapped your arm off, you dick. But the best scene in the film by far is the scene where he's riding around in Central Park with this woman in a coach, and then it cuts to a scene of a zookeeper going, "Oh no, a bear's escaped from the zoo." They cut back to the park, and there's a man in a blatant bear suit. Arnie jumps off the coach, grabs the guy, wrestles him to the ground. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's not even like they could have used judicious. If they got no money, use judicious camera angles, for fuck's sake. But they cut back to the girl in the coach, and it's one of those things where they've obviously filmed the whole scene on one camera, and she's just been told that, okay, we've done the bear now, we've done the bear, okay, now we're going to do your reaction shots, so we've got some cutaways, so just pull the kind of faces that you would pull if you were watching your boyfriend wrestle a grizzly bear, okay, and she's not a very good actress, but I blame her performance completely on the director, because it's obvious what he's done. He's just put the camera in front of her face and just gone, "Look over there and be scared." And she's just gone, "Ah!" And then he clearly just forgets to say cut. So she drops out of character completely. And then, because she doesn't know what else to do, she just decides to faint. And I don't even believe that was in the script at all. I think she just decided, well, I've screamed, I've stopped screaming, he hasn't said cut, I don't know what to do. I love the bit where there's a montage of their burgeoning relationship, Hercules and this girl, and there's one bit where it shows them walking towards a lake in Central Park, and the camera pans around and they walk towards the lake, and there's a cable on the edge of the step down in front of the lake, and Arnie trips over it, and then he completely comes out of character because he obviously wasn't intending to trip over. But they don't cut to the next scene. Like, the director could have cut before Arnie tripped over the wire. You know what I mean? It was a usable shot, and yet he decided to leave it in. Even though Arnie turns around and looks at the crew. It's like, did you not realise? Like, in those days when to edit, you actually had to cut the film. You had to be really sure about where you're editing. Just go 60 frames back and cut then, you fucking chump. I don't know why I'm taking this so seriously. It really doesn't matter. Is it so bad that it's good? I mean, that's the question that needs to be answered here. And I think it is, but just not very good. You know, like, some films are so bad that they're brilliant. This isn't one of those. It's shit. And because it's Arnie in there, you know, it's got an amusing hindsight value to it. But it's not brilliant. Go ahead and give it a watch. Give it the first few minutes a watch on IMDb at least, because it's free. Anyway, that's enough. This was for Colwyn. And any other suggestions of shit films, good films, do you want me to review? Hey, I'm not open to them. Don't suggest anything to me.